For the next part in this project, we are going to create a collectible. To do this, I'm going to click on the sprites, click on level 1, and then click on the collectibles folder, which is inside the sprite. I'm going to then right click on the collectibles, go to create, and then click on sprite. We're going to call this S-Apple, and then press enter to save it. Like what we did before, if you've made a mistake, you can always rename it on the top here. Click on Edit Image to open the image editor. Now, we're going to create an apple. There's a few ways we can do this. If we click on the paintbrush tool and then select the color red, we can go around and draw an apple like this. You might not get a perfect circle, therefore if you do want to get a perfect circle, use the eraser tool, make that a little bit bigger, and let's just erase this. If you need to get a perfect circle for your apple, click on the paintbrush tool, click on the large circular paintbrush here, and just hover over, and this will show you the size of the paintbrush. If you want to make it bigger, you can always use a slider on the top and increase the size of it to make a bigger item. If you single click once, it then creates the object for you. We're then going to add in a new layer, and then we are going to click on our paintbrush tool again, and this time we're going to click a small brush and we're going to click green for our leaf. This brush is a little bit too big, so I'm going to just create a smaller brush by clicking the down arrow there, and we're going to draw a leaf from the top. If you draw an item like this, and it is a complete circle with no gaps, you can then use the fill tool and then choose a color to fill the insert. I'm happy with this at the moment, so I'm going to now close it by clicking the X in the top corner, which will then save it and give me a quick preview of what it looks like. I'm then going to close this sprite editor, and we're going to now create an object for the apple. To do this, I click on my objects folder, click on level 1, and then click on the collectibles. I'm then going to right click on the collectibles. I'm going to go to create, and then we're going to go down to object. This time we're going to call this one O-Apple, and then we're going to bind the sprite to the object by clicking the three dots, clicking on sprites, and then clicking on level 1, and then the collectibles. You'll notice that the tree view is also on the left hand side, which is something you can also use. I'm going to then close this object, and then we're going to go back to our room by double clicking it. We're going to add in a new instance layer here, and then I'm going to right click on this instances one, and we're going to rename it. I'm then going to click, hold down with the mouse, drag, and then leave go. And I'm going to put a number of these apples around the room for us to collect. Now you'll notice that when we drag these on, they snap to a grid. Like before, if you wanted to get a precise location, turn the grid off, and then you can get an exact location to whatever it is you need. One thing to bear in mind, never stretch one of these out at all. Okay, you can do it for the boundaries here, but don't stretch any other object like this that you're either going to interact with, such as collecting, or is going to move at a later date. Now, if you were to compile your game and play it, you can do this to make sure that the game still loads. At the moment we haven't got any interaction with our objects, so let's look at creating some form of interaction later. Just make sure that it works and you can go through the game.